Overcoming the fear of failure. Welcome to Us versus Mind. Today, we're diving into something we've all faced: mistakes. But here's the thing, we're not just going to talk about avoiding them. Nope. We're learning how to embrace them and turn them into opportunities for growth. So if you've ever felt crushed by a failure or stuck replaying a mistake, this episode is for you. Mistakes. Even the word can make some of us cringe, right? Whether it's that email you wish you hadn't sent or a decision that backfired, mistakes often feel like setbacks. But here's a fresh perspective. What if mistakes weren't just failures, but signs that you're trying, learning, and growing? Think about it. Nobody who's successful got there without making mistakes. Every misstep is like a puzzle piece, helping us see the bigger picture of what works and what doesn't. The most inspiring stories of success are often built on a foundation of learning from failure. Mistakes offer insights that smooth the path ahead. And the best part? Embracing your mistakes means embracing growth. By the end of this video, you'll have actionable strategies to not just survive failure, but thrive because of it. Stick around. We're about to redefine how you think about mistakes. Let's dive in and shift your perspective. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why are we so scared of failing? Fear of failure often stems from societal pressures, this unspoken rule that you should have it all figured out. We're constantly bombarded with highlight reels on social media, success stories that make failure look like a sign of weakness. Add personal expectations, the fear of judgment, and sometimes even childhood conditioning into the mix, and you've got a recipe for paralysis. But the thing is, fear of failure doesn't protect us. It limits us. It keeps us from taking risks, from stepping out of our comfort zones where growth truly happens. We end up playing small, choosing the safe route instead of reaching for what we truly want. And ironically, this avoidance can lead to regret, a deeper, longer-lasting pain than any mistake ever could. Take a moment to think about this. When was the last time you learned something significant without making a single mistake? Probably never, right? That's because failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. Failure teaches us resilience, humility, and innovation. Without it, there's no growth, only stagnation. Today, let's make a pact to stop letting the fear of failure hold us back. After all, the only true failure is giving up before you've given yourself the chance to grow. Let's start replacing fear with curiosity and courage. Here's a mindset shift that can change everything. Instead of thinking, "I failed," start saying, "I learned." Think of mistakes as life's way of giving you feedback. It's like a coach whispering, "Hey, this part of your game needs work." Mistakes aren't there to discourage you, they're there to teach you. Some of the greatest success stories began with failure. Take Thomas Edison as example. He famously said, "I haven't failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Each mistake brought him closer to inventing the light bulb. Reframing mistakes isn't about ignoring them. It's about extracting the lesson hidden inside. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What factors contributed to this outcome? What could I do differently next time? This approach transforms every setback into a setup for a comeback. It also fosters a mindset of experimentation and curiosity rather than self-judgment. Remember, every expert was once a beginner who didn't give up. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter manuscript was rejected 12 times before it became a global phenomenon. Embrace the process, celebrate the progress, and watch how your failures become stepping stones to success. Each mistake is simply a chapter in your story of growth. All right, mistakes happen, but what do you do next? Here's a 3-step process to turn them into growth opportunities. First, acknowledge the mistake. Don't sugarcoat it or pretend it didn't happen. Owning up to your errors shows maturity and sets the stage for improvement. It's not about blaming yourself, it's about being honest. Admitting your mistake, even to yourself, creates an emotional release and prepares you for the next step. Next, analyze what went wrong. Reflection is key here. Ask yourself, what factors led to this outcome? Was it a lack of preparation, a poor decision, or something beyond your control? But be careful, don't get stuck overthinking. The goal is clarity, not self-criticism. Write it down, break it into pieces, and focus on what's within your control. Finally, act. Create a plan to move forward. Whether it's improving a skill, seeking guidance, or trying a different approach, action is what transforms mistakes into lessons. Take small, manageable steps that build momentum toward your goals. This cycle, acknowledge, analyze, act, is how you bounce back stronger. Remember, mistakes are just moments, not definitions of who you are. With each step forward, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of growth. Overcoming mistakes isn't just about actions, it's about mindset. Resilience is your superpower here. Start by cultivating a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and effort. Instead of thinking, "I'm not good at this," say, "I'm not good at this yet." That single word, "yet," can change your perspective entirely. A growth mindset lets you view challenges as opportunities rather than threats. Emotional strength also means giving yourself permission to feel the disappointment, but not letting it define you. Journaling, meditation, or even talking to a trusted friend can help you process these emotions. Recognize that setbacks are a natural part of life. They don't diminish your worth or potential. And remember, setbacks are temporary. The more you face them, the more resilient you become. It's like building a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. Celebrate small wins, keep pushing forward, and remind yourself every stumble is a step closer to the version of you that you're striving to become. So, the next time you stumble, remind yourself it's not the end, it's a new beginning. Now let's talk about this. How many times have you hesitated to start something because it wasn't perfect? Perfectionism can feel like a high standard to aspire to, but in reality, it often becomes a roadblock to progress. Perfectionism isn't about striving for excellence, it's about a fear of mistakes, rejection, or not measuring up. This mindset traps us in a cycle of procrastination and self-doubt. When we chase perfection, we forget one crucial truth. Imperfection is where growth happens. Every masterpiece started as a messy draft. Behind every success story is a long trail of failed attempts. If you wait for the perfect moment, idea, or skill set, you'll likely miss out on opportunities to learn and grow. The antidote to perfectionism is action. Start messy, learn as you go, and focus on progress rather than perfection. Remember, your worth isn't tied to flawless execution, but to your willingness to keep trying. Celebrate the imperfections as evidence that you're taking risks and moving forward. The more you embrace this mindset, the easier it becomes to view mistakes as natural, even necessary steps in your journey. When you make a mistake, what does your inner voice sound like? If it's overly critical or harsh, you're not alone. Many of us are our own worst critics. But self-compassion, the practice of treating yourself with kindness and understanding, is a powerful tool for overcoming failure. Self-compassion starts with recognizing that mistakes are part of being human. Everyone makes them. Instead of berating yourself, try speaking to yourself as you would to a close friend. Would you tell your friend they're a failure? Of course not. You'd offer support, encouragement, and a reminder of their potential. Research shows that self-compassion can improve resilience and motivation. When you're kinder to yourself, you're less likely to be paralyzed by fear of failure. You'll take more risks, learn more lessons, and recover faster from setbacks. So, the next time you're tempted to criticize yourself for a mistake, pause. Take a deep breath, acknowledge your feelings, and remind yourself you're learning, and that's something to be proud of. Feedback is one of the most valuable tools for growth, yet many of us shy away from it. Why? Because it often feels like a spotlight on our flaws. But the truth is, feedback isn't a judgment of your worth. It's a gift that can help you improve. When receiving feedback, it's essential to shift your mindset. Instead of viewing it as criticism, see it as an opportunity to learn. Ask yourself, what can I take from this to grow? Keep in mind that even constructive criticism is not a reflection of your entire character, but a chance to refine a specific area. Separate the feedback from your emotions and focus on the actionable steps it offers. Equally important is learning to ask for feedback. Don't wait for others to point out areas of improvement. Be proactive. Whether it's a colleague, mentor, or friend, seek out people whose opinions you trust and respect. The more you embrace feedback, the faster you'll grow, personally and professionally. And remember, feedback isn't always about fixing mistakes. It's about maximizing your potential. For all of us, setbacks can feel like the end of the road, but in reality, they're just detours. The way you respond to setbacks determines whether they become a stumbling block or a stepping stone. The first step in turning a setback into a comeback is perspective. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift turns setbacks into valuable lessons. For example, a missed opportunity might teach you to better prepare next time, or a failed project might reveal a need to refine your approach. Next, take action. Reflecting on a setback is essential, but dwelling on it can keep you stuck. Use what you've learned to create a plan for moving forward. Break your goals into small, actionable steps that build momentum. Each step you take is proof that setbacks don't define you, yet your response does. Lastly, remember that resilience grows with practice. The more setbacks you face and overcome, the stronger you'll become. Celebrate every small victory along the way. They're not just signs of progress, they're evidence of your ability to turn challenges into growth opportunities. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect. Mistakes aren't the enemy. They're the unsung heroes of our growth stories. Every setback, every failure is a chance to learn something new, build resilience, and take another step forward. Remember, your journey is uniquely yours. Success isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about how you rise after making them. So, the next time you stumble, don't let self-doubt take over. Instead, ask yourself, what's this teaching me? Thank you for joining us today on Us versus Mind. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little encouragement. And as always, remember, it's not you versus the world, it's you versus your own mind. Let's grow together. Until next time.